Picture this. You're walking through tall grass, 100,000 years ago. The sun's going down. You hear something move behind you. You turn and there they are, two yellow eyes catching the last bit of light. A cave lion, twice the size of anything wearing that name today. 700 pounds of muscle and claw staring straight at you. No gun, no knife, not even a decent stick. Your teeth are flat, your nails are useless, and there's nowhere to run. You can't outrun it, you can't outclimb it, and you sure can't fight it. So, how are you even here to read this? How did people like you actually make it, when pretty much everything on the planet was built to kill them? Let's talk about what we were actually up against. Back in 1924, a guy named Raymond Dart found a skull in South Africa that flipped a lot of assumptions upside down. It belonged to a child, an early human ancestor, maybe 3 years old, and punched clean through the eye sockets were two holes, spaced exactly like the canines of a leopard. That kid wasn't a tragic one-off. That kid was food. For most of our history, we weren't the hunters. We were the thing being hunted, and the animals doing the hunting weren't just tough. They were apex predators that had millions of years of practice killing large mammals. Take Smilodon fatalis, the saber-tooth. 11-inch canines, 600 pounds, built like a tank with a bite made for one job, puncturing the throat of a bison or a camel. It didn't chase you down. It sat in the grass or near the waterline and waited, then came out of nowhere at 30 miles an hour. One bite to the neck, and that was the end of it. And it wasn't alone out there. There was the short-faced bear, Arctodus simus, the biggest land predator North America has ever seen. 12 feet tall, standing up, 2,000 pounds, long legs made for covering ground. Most bears today will eat pretty much anything. Berries, fish, whatever's around. This one wasn't like that. It ate meat and only meat, and it could run 40 miles an hour. If it spotted you, you were already gone. Then the cave hyenas. Bigger and meaner than the ones we've got now, with a bite strong enough to crush bone for the marrow. Over 1,000 pounds per square inch, compared to your 150 or so. They ran in packs of 20 plus, and they hunted at night, right when we could barely see our own hands. Dire wolves moved in packs of 30. Cave lions were a quarter bigger than African lions and hunted together. There were giant cheetahs, scimitar cats, and down in South America, terror birds 10 feet tall with a beak that could crack a skull open. No matter where you went, something out there wanted to eat you. And here's the part that stings a little. We had nothing going for us. A chimpanzee, our closest living relative, is about 3 times stronger than we are. Chimps have real fangs. They can shoot up a tree in seconds, and even they get picked off by leopards regularly. We were slower than chimps, weaker than chimps, bad night vision, mediocre sense of smell, average hearing at best. We stood upright, which made us easy to spot from a distance. And on top of all that, our babies screamed non-stop and couldn't even walk for a year. By any reasonable measure, we should have disappeared a long, long time ago. But we didn't. They did. Every predator on that list is extinct. We're still here. So, what actually happened? Weapon 1. Fire. In Wonderwerk Cave in South Africa, archaeologists found signs of controlled fire going back 1 million years. Burnt bone, layers of ash, old hearths. Fire changed the math completely. A campfire creates a rough 30-foot bubble that predators just won't cross. It's wired into them. Even lions today keep their distance from flame. Fire gave us light when we had none. It gave us warmth our bare skin couldn't manage on its own. But more than anything, it gave us time. Before fire, once the sun dropped, you found shelter and froze in place until morning. After fire, you had 3 or 4 extra hours a night. Hours to make tools, make plans, talk. Fire also let us cook. Cooked meat packs more calories and digests way easier than raw. More calories meant we could actually afford to grow bigger brains, and bigger brains meant we got better at solving problems, but fire on its own wasn't enough. Weapon 2. Endurance. We're bad sprinters, genuinely bad. A saber-tooth could hit 30 miles an hour in 3 seconds flat. Our top speed is maybe 28, and only for a few seconds. But here's the thing, nothing else out there could do. We could run for hours. It's called persistence hunting. You don't try to outrun the animal, you just keep it moving. A steady jog, hour after hour, 3, 4, 6 hours if it takes that long. The animal sprints, stops to rest, overheats, sprints again. It can't sweat the way we can. It can't shed heat while it's moving. Eventually, it just goes down from heat exhaustion, and you walk up and finish it with a rock. We're the only species on Earth built to do that. It's probably the single biggest reason our ancestors survived as hunters at all. Weapon 3. Pattern recognition. Human brains are built to notice patterns everywhere. A broken twig means something walked through. Disturbed dirt means something dug there. A print in the mud tells you the animal, roughly how big it was, and roughly how long ago it passed. We use those same tracking skills on the predators, not just the prey. We learned their habits. Saber-tooths near water at dusk, cave lions steering clear of fire, short-faced bears hunting alone and guarding their turf. We watched, we remembered, we passed it on, and every generation added a little more to the pile. But the real weapon, the one that actually made the difference, was each other. In 2001, archaeologists in Dmanisi, Georgia, dug up a skeleton dating back 1.8 million years. This person had lost every tooth years before they died. No teeth means no chewing raw meat, no processing tough food on your own. And yet they lived on for years after that. Somebody was feeding them, chewing food down for them or cooking it soft enough to manage. No other predator does that. A toothless lion is a dead lion. A toothless human got taken care of. In Shanidar Cave, Iraq, there's a Neanderthal skeleton from about 60,000 years ago. A healed, broken arm, blind in one eye, riddled with arthritis. He made it to around 40. He couldn't hunt. He probably couldn't defend himself. His group kept him alive regardless. That's the real difference. We didn't just work together. We looked after each other. And it went beyond hunting in groups too. We hunted with a plan. Wolves run in packs because instinct tells them to. Humans hunted in packs with actual roles. Someone drives the animal toward the cliff. Someone waits below with a spear. Someone cuts off the escape route. We used language to lay out plans nothing else could follow. We threw spears from a distance predators had no way to counter. 5 people with spears and a plan could bring down a saber-tooth. And they did. By around 400,000 years ago, people in Germany were carving the Schöningen spears. Wooden, aerodynamic, balanced, built to kill from 30 feet away. We'd stopped just running from things. We'd started hunting them back. Then, roughly 50,000 years ago, something shifted for good. Humans spread out of Africa into Europe, Asia, Australia, the Americas, and everywhere we went, the megafauna started vanishing. Saber-tooths, gone 10,000 years ago. Cave lions, gone 14,000 years ago. Short-faced bears, gone 11,000 years ago. Woolly mammoths, giant sloths, terror birds, all of it. There's still debate about how much of that was us versus climate shifting underneath everyone's feet. But the pattern holds up everywhere. Wherever we showed up, the big predators didn't last much longer. We didn't just survive them. We outlasted them, outthought them. In the end, we wiped them out. Here's the honest version of why. Evolution hands every predator one trump card. Speed, strength, venom, camouflage, something. What it handed us was adaptability. We couldn't outrun a short-faced bear, so we hit it with rocks from far away. We couldn't outbite a cave hyena, so we ganged up and surrounded it. We couldn't see in the dark like a cave lion, so we lit a fire and made our own daylight. Every weakness we had forced us to come up with something, and those somethings stacked up, generation after generation, until we'd built something no predator could ever evolve fast enough to beat. For close to 2 million years, we were the prey. We hid in trees. We ran from shadows. We lost kids to leopards and had nothing to do about it but grieve. But we had one thing none of them ever had. We could learn from what went wrong and make sure the next generation didn't repeat it. Turns out, that was enough.